Hello! Welcome to video 2. We're going to add some sparks to our explosion. First, create a new particle system, rename it to Sparks, and make it a child of VFX Boom. Tick the box to show only the selected particles. And don't forget to reset the transform. I'll set the duration to 5, but make sure to turn looping off. I want the sparks to spawn almost instantly. So I'll set the start delay to 0.04. For lifetime, we'll use random between two constants, setting it to 2 and 4. I'll do the same for start speed, setting it between 5 and 15. For start size, I'll set it between 0.01 and 0.05. But don't worry, we'll make them bigger later. I'll leave the color as white for now, since we'll change it later with a material. Next, let's adjust the emissions settings. Since we want a burst, set rate over time to 0. Then click the plus icon to add a burst. I'll set this to 50. I'll leave the shape as a cone, but remember, you can rotate it by clicking this icon. Hold Ctrl while rotating to snap it into place so it points upward. I'll also change the angle to 50 so the sparks spread out more. For color over lifetime, I'll make it transition from white to red. And for size, over lifetime, I'll adjust the curve so that the sparks gradually shrink. Now, here's a new setting, collision. Tick the box to enable it, then open the planes drop-down and select World. We want the mode to be 3D, and I'll set bounce to 0.2 so the sparks have just a little bounce when they hit the ground. To make the sparks appear longer, open the Renderer tab. Under Billboard, select Stretched Billboard from the drop-down. Then change speed scale to 0.05 and length scale to 1. Oh, and one last thing. I forgot to set gravity earlier. We want to make it 1, so the particles fall back to the ground. That looks much better. Okay, next we need to create a material to give the sparks some glow. First, I've made a folder and named it Shader. You can create a folder by right-clicking in the project panel, going to Create, and selecting Folder, then rename it. Then double-click to enter it. Now, let's create a shader. Right-click in the new folder, go to Create, Shader Graph, URP, Unlit Shader Graph. You can name it whatever you like, but I'll call mine Spark Shader. To create a material from this, just right-click it, go to Create, and select Material, then rename it. I'll give it the same name as the shader. Now let's edit it. Double-click the blue shader icon to open the graph. In the graph settings, we need to change a few things. First, tick the Allow Material Override option. This lets us change settings in the Material Inspector without opening the shader. Then change the surface type to transparent. That's all we need to adjust here. Now, on the left you'll see the blackboard, where we can create variables. Click the plus icon to add a new color variable. I'll make it white and turn the opacity up. Drag and drop it onto the graph. Next, we need a texture 2D. Add it and place it in the graph as well. Click the little dot next to it, drag it out, and when you let go, a menu will pop up. Search for Sample Texture 2D and double-click it to add it. Now, let's combine the texture and color. Click and drag from the Color node and search for a Multiply node. Connect Color to A and Texture to B. From this Multiply node, create another Multiply node by dragging out and searching for it. Then press spacebar, search for Vertex Color and connect it to B. Now, connect the output of the Multiply node to Base Color. From the same output, drag out and search for Split. Connect the bottom output of Split to Alpha under Base Color. For the texture, select the Texture 2D node and, in the default value, set it to Default Particle. This is a simple but useful shader. One more thing, click the Color node and change the mode from Default to HDR. This will let us increase the intensity, making the glow effect stronger. Once that's done, click the Save icon in the top left to apply the changes. Now, back in the scene, select the spark effect, scroll down to Renderer and assign the new material. From here, you can change the color, add textures, and fine-tune the intensity. Make sure to set the texture to Default Particle. Click the color and increase the intensity by pressing the plus button. I'll set mine to 3, which looks great. And that's it for the sparks. Remember to experiment with the settings to find what works best for you. Next time, we're making an impact effect. We'll use a program called Critter to do some drawing. But don't worry if you don't think you're a good artist. It doesn't have to be perfect. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.